Hi, this video is solely for women who are interested to become rich while staying in their feminine energy. If you don't know me, my name is Alina. I'm a manifestation femininity coach. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and let's dive into this topic. So, that's a fact that women are built differently than men. Men have 24-hour cycle, we have 28 days cycle. So our moods, our energy changes throughout 4 weeks. So biologically speaking, we should not compare ourselves to men, and we should not try to work the same way in the same rhythm as men, because it's impossible for us. We are different and we build differently biologically, okay? So when a woman will tap into her feminine energy, into this perfect balance of the masculine and feminine, she will attract abundance in a completely different way. If you're a woman in your yin energy, you can attract money, and it works differently. So let me break it down for you in a more particular way. The first thing you have to understand is that your internal state, your energy, is the most important asset. This, what you should look for and aim for, and what you should nourish more than money, than anything financial, than any person in your reality. Because your energy creates basically everything. What you do in your day-to-day life, everything influences on your energy and therefore your financial situation. Because the thing is that a woman she attracts abundance, she attracts money, she attracts opportunities, men, and so on. She doesn't chase it. Like, even feel the difference in this energy. Chasing, working for something, or attracting and getting it. That's a huge difference between a feminine approach and a masculine approach. So therefore, that's why your energy is so important. Because when you are concentrated on your energy, on your intuition, on your manifestations and everything else, what exists in your internal reality, you basically attract it. Because women are natural attractors, they are natural manifestors. That's how it works. That's how yin energy pulls attention to her, pulls everything to her, like a magnet, okay? While the masculine energy perceives, chases, commands. That's a huge difference. And same works for money as well. The first thing you have to do is to understand how you approach your energy. Do you even listen to your intuition on your day-to-day basis? Like, how do you feel during your day-to-day life? How your body feels? Maybe you are tired, for example, and you should rest, seriously, because we should not chase, we should not command like this, okay? We should attract. And when you feel the energy, when you are rested, when you rested enough, when you feel some impulses, like for example to post this or to do this thing, something like this, that's how you attract. Way easier than it works for a masculine approach. But anyway, masculine approach is also important because that's how any man will grow, through this approach. But women should not apply this to their reality, to their body especially. So the second thing is a feminine approach. I have a video about this, so you can watch it. I'll post the link in the description box so you can watch it too. So shortly speaking, again, a feminine approach is completely different to a masculine approach. When a man needs, again, to chase his goal, like he needs to work hard, he needs to, always be on the external world, a woman should focus on her internal world, internal reality, on her feelings, emotions, traumas. Because, for example, if you have fear of being seen, that's what blocks you, not the amount of content you post, okay? And so on. So when you work internally with yourself, with your mindset, with your energy, with how you manifest anything in your reality, that's how you attract. And when you hear some impulses, like for example, again, you you want to post something, like you feel like you are turned on, okay, to this action. You feel excited, you feel like you want to do this, or sometimes it's impossible for you to not do this. That's the actions you have to do, okay? Because if you will compare to a masculine approach, he will do the same things every day, because that's again how his body works, how his mind works, and how he grows. But a woman doesn't work the same way, okay? She works in a more non-linear way. For example, your intuition told you that we have to do this right now, we have to go there, or we'll have to post this, even if it doesn't make sense. And it will always not make sense, most probably always, but still you have to do this. And in this way, when you hear your impulses, when you realize them, that's how everything will start to unfold for you. I want to give you my example. Like a couple of years ago, I finished one work, like I had a course that was pretty successful, and I could still work in this field, but I felt like, no, I'm done here. So I entered this void where you don't understand who you are here anymore, what are you supposed to be doing here. So I started to connect with my intuition more and more. So I found an educational course, and it was a completely new skill for me, and of course it was pretty challenging at first, but sooner or later, in a couple of months, I attracted my first clients for this new service. I started to post some short videos, which started to pop up to the feed, like they went viral, and so on. And I continued listening to my intuition, and everything worked out. Like, I earned pretty much back then with ease, pleasure, and just, it felt effortless because I listened to my intuition. So you have to switch your focus from here, from your logic, to your heart, to your body, to what I feel, what feels right, through your womb, through, not through your logic again, your mind, but your presence. Okay? Intuition, soul, body. That what leads you, and that what will help you to create the wealth you want. Because your intuition already knows. From the moment that you set an intention to earn this amount per month or per year, that's when everything already started to work out for you. You just need to listen to intuition, to allow yourself to be in this unknown space, okay? In this nothingness, in this void, because here you have a brilliant opportunity to listen to your intuition step by step, to feel the impulses, and when you follow them without any hesitation from your mind, from your logic, and if you'll continue work on your state, of course, that's when everything will start to unfold for you. That's 100% how it works for women, and that's what you should do for sure if you want to attract money with ease, pleasure, and more effortlessly, while still working on yourself, on your energy, on your limitations and traumas, because that's also an important part that limits people from having what they want. If you want to dive even deeper into this topic in creation wealth through your feminine, through a different approach, you can join my program, I Am Abundant. You'll find the links in the description box, and I have a gift for you, so you can try my free guided meditation for the abundant state. Please try it, you will see a lot of difference in your reality. Third thing I'd like to discuss is about surrendering. It's about trusting the process, it's about being able to understand that you are not the only one who can bring you money. Like, for example, you go to work and that's the only option. No, it's not. Because personally I work in a pretty non-linear way, And sometimes I clearly remember the examples which were really, really crazy, and I know that God sent me these people. So it happened last year in summer. I had a pretty difficult situation back then with my finances, but it's not like what I earned, but because I had some bank system issues, and it lasted for a whole summer. And somehow a girl found me through my Telegram channel I had before, and she was like really persuasive about um, having a mentorship with me. She found me out of nowhere, like literally. She wanted to work with me, pretty like she was really eager for this, and everything happened in really non-linear way. And I had so many clients that came to me this way, like they felt this urge to work with me because they felt that I can give them something that they needed at a specific point of time. And that's how it works, like if I would plan it, like for example, like, okay, this month I have to work, like, I don't know, with 5, 7, 10, 50 clients. Well, not it doesn't work this way. You have to surrender, honey. Like, you have to surrender. You have to understand that there is a better plan. Or for example, a couple of years ago, if I would tell myself, like, okay, if I want to earn this amount of money per month, so I have to have this amount of clients, like, to work one-on-one with me. But do you know how it worked? I had 0 one-on-one clients, but I launched a project, a program that gave me even more than I predicted. That's how it works, because I surrendered to God's plan. I surrendered to my higher self, to something that is way bigger than me. So you have to surrender. And through this surrendering, we're coming through the 4th chapter, I guess. Yeah. You can receive money from men. Like, I see no issue about this, and especially if you're married, like, and you're doing 50-50, like, I don't get it, seriously. Because, like, what is this? No money, no honey, a Russian in me speaking right now. Okay, anyway, you have to understand that it's not about receiving money only from men. It's about just, receiving. The feminine approach is about receiving to her energy. Because women naturally are givers. They give their presence, their energy. They fulfill other people with their presence, with what they're filled in the first place within themselves. For example, you're filled with abundance, with love, with this ambitious energy that really inspires other people. So naturally they want to give you back for what influence you have on them. Same way works with men. So you don't have to prove your worth. You don't have to prove like literally anything. If of course you love them, that's another thing we can talk about, but still. Because what I mean here is not about being a gold digger, but being a woman who receives easily because of her energy and presence, and she knows it. She knows what kind of influence she has. And even so, even if you don't know, still you can receive easily. You can attract easily because that's how God made you, okay? Remember these pictures and images of goddesses, and people gave them the sacrifices just because they were there. And that's how women work as well. So women have to remember this power they have within them. And the last thing I'd like to discuss is God. And it's connected to the third part. I talked about surrendering to the highest plan, surrendering to something you probably don't know yet. But God has the best plan for you always. A woman is definitely heavenly guided, divinely guided, always. Like, I remember my examples, like, I could talk about this a lot here, but just trust me. When I saw like no option, people helped me, like men helped me, women helped me, like I got clients out of nowhere and so on, because God saw like she needs help right now, she like needs my interference right now. and something happened like this. And of course, I'm not talking about, some difficult situations, but of course I'm talking about, life in general. When you allow yourself to rely on God, on His plan, on His guidance, what He has for you, and He talks to you through your intuition, through your soul. When you allow yourself to listen to this for 100%, you will unlock abundance in your reality step by step. When you not be listening to your mind, and when you obey to God, not just, listen to God, but when you obey to God, to His plan, at this exact moment, everything will start to unfold for you in the best way possible. Just believe me. And the last thing, the sixth one, I'd like to talk shortly, an importance between your masculine energy and the feminine energy. What I talked about earlier was about only the feminine approach, like how it works through feminine energy, but we have to understand that we need masculine energy here too. Because, for example, I show up here because I have masculine energy. Like, I wouldn't show up here, I would do zero thing if I would have only feminine energy. But because of my masculine energy, I show up constantly. I tell you about my services. Like, I do work that I'm supposed to be doing. And that's how it works. That's how this perfect balance between feminine and masculine works. So you are being in your goddess energy, in your attracting mode, but still you do the actions you need. And you do not try to hustle, doing a lot of actions like this through your logic. No, you do really precise actions at exact moment you need to do it. And that's about the balance for me. If we talk about marriage, it works a little bit different. So a woman in a couple would fuel with her energy and like what she worked on with the abundance mindset she has and so on, a man. And a man will be like a material form of her energy. He will be an embodiment of her masculine energy. I hope it makes sense, because that's how it works in a couple in marriage. So a woman is being in her feminine presence, fueling everything with her feminine energy, and that what inspires man, that what fuels him. And if a woman, for example, works on her financial mindset, she influences on her man. And I saw it from the programs I gave before. Like, I have a lot of, really a lot of examples from my previous clients, from like my Russian speaking audience. Like, I worked on myself like a woman doesn't work in the relationship. And she told me, like, I don't work, and I just, did your program, and an income of my husband increased. That's how it works. That's the last thing I wanted to mention here in this video. Please let me know what you think, what you got from this video, what you will implement. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and if you want to work with me one-on-one, you'll find the links in the description box. Give this video a thumbs up, and see you next time. Bye bye.